Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to the new week, the new trading month, the new month. Happy new November. Happy new month, everybody. Hope we are all well, excited for this next week, this next month of trading. I am Dan from Trading with Dan. This is our Bitcoin morning update. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, we shall go straight over to those Bitcoin 4-hour charts. So pretty much Bitcoin over the weekend stayed roughly within this range. We kind of tested the bottom, bounced, kind of tested back up to the top, obviously with the futures being open now. Just the general usual sideways price action that we're potentially looking for. Obviously we've got these levels we are kind of looking at to break and move onwards to the upside, to the top of the wider range, or basically the lower end of the range, which we got a bit of a bear trap going on here. Obviously closed the 4-hour down here, was looking pretty weak, but then slammed it all the way back up in true Bitcoin fashion. So obviously it is obviously looking good. Longer time frames, we just kind of know we are potentially just consolidating around these highs before we take another leg up. That would be the bigger term picture view of what we are doing now. So realistically then it's just a case of watching our horizontals, watching our breakout levels, watching our forward checks, our back checks and our pay checks, and not much else to do. I think the wider markets, as we know, are coming around to the view that the Fed is impotent, and they can't actually do anything, and they won't actually do anything. The market is coming around to that view. Obviously everything is massively politicized these days, but the Fed even more so, even to the point where they're potentially gonna make a move to try and get a Democrat in as opposed to a Republican, in which case we'd honestly we're gonna have free money for everything forever. It is gonna be wild, guys. It is gonna be wild. But obviously all the insider trading stuff just hasn't really helped any current Fed people's causes, put it that way. I mean realistically, like I said, the market kind of knows, even the current Fed people, even JP himself knows he can't really do much, and then if he gets replaced, the next person is certainly not gonna do much in respect of tightening. They're gonna actually basically go the opposite way and just start doing some wild stuff, because we live in wild times. Realistically though, we all know what that means. Inflation and hyperinflation, although hyperinflation is a bit hyperbolic. That's literally like when it's all done and over. But just general high levels of inflation like the 70s are obviously coming. I mean, we know they're coming. The Fed can't fight them like they did, like Tall Paul Volcker did back in the day. And also, what was the other thing I was going to say about it? Inflation coming. So basically just the crack up boom. Like crack up booms are a thing, because they're just this is just how these things end. I mean, we all know the destination, we all know where they're going. It's like it's the inevitable. It is the inevitable. There is no other course of action. There is no alternative. It is what it is. So there is your pep talk. Your assets are gonna go up. There you go. Let's look at the Ethereum Satoshi pairing now. As you can see, Ethereum Satoshi pairing having a bit of an ease off from this horizontal, still above this support level. We could potentially draw a little bit of a trend line in here. We could even attempt to draw an ascending broadening wedge if we wanted to. However, that is a bearish formation, and obviously I don't want to FUD my favorite Ethereum, but we'll draw it in anyway, just for bants, because they obviously can break to the upside as well. Ascending broadening wedge, or also known as a trumpet. But most notably with this anyway is that we just have this major level of support here, which is clearly going to be below the bottom side of this trend line. So I mean, if Bitcoin does out of nowhere make a big move to the upside or the downside, we can very much expect a break and acceleration back below here. But if it is just to carry on drifting, or Ethereum itself is going to pick up some some bullish momentum against Bitcoin. Basically roundabouts where we are is where we would pretty much expect it from. Maybe get some wicks into this support, wicks below this trend line, and then yeah, start to get some nice acceleration to the upside, and obviously which will have this horizontal level as well. So yeah, interesting price action there. The USD pairing as well, as we can see, looking very good, looking very bullish, not looking at like an ascending broadening wedge at all, just looking like a rising channel more so. I say rising channel, it's like I'm putting a negative bearish connotation on it. It just looks like trending to the upside price action. That's realistically what it looks like. DXY did have its little pump up yesterday from this level of support, slammed down into the support, get some bears involved, and then slammers back up. But yeah, it's just going to be a relief pump, an aggressive relief pump, when we make our way down. That would be my guess. That would be my guess. So we shall see. 10-year also just kind of drifting down a bit. Let's have a look at those stonks. Yeah, Stonks going for it. Stonks know the score. Like I said, it's the same thing we spoke about with the Fed. Same with stocks. Same with crypto. It's the same. I don't think it's not really the same with this time is bonds, because obviously bonds you would expect are going to struggle. They're not necessarily going to get whacked, but they are going to struggle. Yeah, so not much else. Oh, we'll have just a quick glance at Bitcoin dominance. I mean, looking like it does want to look. This is looking like a reversal of this move up. So it is looking like we can get continuation down, and then can we take out these lows and go full alt season? Hopefully, potentially, possibly, maybe. So yeah, let's have a quick look at the stochastics. Let's have a quick look at these Monday morning stochastics. 4 hour pointing up and has got plenty of room to run. So we could see a move. We could actually see a move up, an acceleration to the upside, and we could see that Ethereum Satoshi pairing get hit a bit. Obviously, if Bitcoin is to do that. 10 hour pointing up, still looking good. 12 hour still pointing up. Daily not turned up yet, so we've got that to come onto our side if it does. 2-day also still coming down, 3-day coming down, 5-day still pointing up, weekly pointing up, bi-weekly pointing up, and monthly now pointing up. So I mean, it is obviously nothing in trading is for certain. Everything is statistics and probabilities, but we are looking like we are set for over the next few weeks, month or so, a couple of months, new all-time highs, potentially 100k Bitcoin, potentially even higher than 100k Bitcoin. I mean, fundamentally, the chart, everything is kind of not just fundamentally for crypto itself, but obviously that is fundamentally strong as well, but just fundamentally for asset prices, just with the wider shenanigans. I mean, realistically, it is looking good. It is looking good. So obviously, barring any black swan events, then yeah. And there are plenty of black swans out there. We live in a world where there are plenty more of these icebergs knocking around. So yes, we've got to be careful of that. So but yeah, there you go, guys. That is it for this Monday morning. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I shall speak to you guys soon.